Gonna have your burger?
Get these rolls on my food.
Huh?
Get these rolls on my food.
What?
Get these rolls out of my food.
They're not roaches, they're shrimp.
They're roaches and I do not like those. Or if you don't take it out, I'm not going to eat it. So you better take it out.
I mean, they're shrimp, baby.
Who like shrimp? They look like roaches to me. Don't dare put him.
Hey, Amir.
Alright, all praises on and glory goes out to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai Bahasham, Rakaha Kodash, the honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations goes out to you brothers, wishing out the word in sincerity and truth. And also shalom to the elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And as you hear little man here, man, he's in the spirit. You know, because Israel, you know, in a whole, our nation is made, you know, in a separate and holy way, you know, deep down. So I'll just play clippings again. Read some.
Gonna have your burger?
Get these rolls on my food.
Huh?
Get these rolls on my food.
What?
Get these rolls out of my food.
They're not roaches, they're shrimp.
They're roaches and I do not like those. Or if you don't take it out, I'm not going to eat it. So you better take it out.
I mean, they're shrimp, baby.
Who like shrimp? They look like roaches to me.
Right. So little man said, "You like shrimp." He doesn't like shrimp. But let me just read this quick Google search here, and it says, "Are shrimp related to cockroaches?" And it says, as members of the same phylum, shrimps and cockroaches share a common ancestry, right? So they come from the same line, you know, of beasts, of creatures. This ancestor lived in the water, just like shrimp. When the two lineages, Hexapoda and Crustacea, split, both lineages also lived in the water. Right? So they're of the same kind. And ultimately, they're both unclean. So the first precept I have here is, I think, Proverbs, right? So this is Proverbs chapter 22 and 6, and it says, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." Right? And how should a woman train up her child? Because remember, the word is Yahweh, then Yahweh Shai, then man, then woman, then child. So the woman is in charge of teaching children the right things. And where would she get the information from? She would get the information from her husband. Her husband is supposed to teach her these righteous things according to her laws, statutes, and commandments, right? So where am I heading with this? I'm heading to the Leviticus, right, where it instructs you what is clean and what is not, what is clean and what is unclean, right? And shrimp, according to the scriptures, is unclean, and you're not supposed to eat it. So therefore, the woman is supposed to then train up the child in that way, right? So when he gets older, you know, he doesn't depart from it. But here it is, she's teaching him wickedness, you know, because our people like to call good evil and evil good, right? They like to add to the word, which is something that will bring terrible judgment unto you. But what does it say in Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6? Deuteronomy 7 verse 6 says, "For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power, and Yahweh thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth." And when you go into that word holy, it goes into being separate, you know, pure, set apart. And what makes us that way, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, ultimately, but also through his perfect law, right? Because there's nothing that's wrong with the law. We were just not in perfect flesh at the time. That's why we're going to have a new covenant where the laws will be put in our inward parts, which will make us perfect. But the law itself is perfect, right? Because the law is life. And what is sin? Sin is a wages of sin is death, you know. But when you abide by the laws to the best of your abilities, that's life, right? You can't be saved by just the law. We're ultimately saved by our faith and our works and following, the laws to the best of our abilities. Obviously, in the kingdom, we will be perfect where we won't sin because the laws will be in our inward parts. It will be in our DNA, so to speak. But the point is that we're a separate people, we're a holy people. But this young man here, this little boy here, he's in the spirit. That was all the spirit right there. Because our people know deep down that we're not supposed to be doing these things. Because it tells us, where is it? My bad. Let me just get it on Google. Right. So this is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2, and it says, Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, be not dismayed at the signs of the heaven, for the heathens are dismayed at it. So the point is, we're not supposed to learn any ways of the heathen that do not line up. First and foremost, there's nothing to learn from them, because everything comes from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and everything was given to Israel that is righteous. So we're not supposed to learn anything from them, especially if it doesn't line up with the scriptures, right? So we're not supposed to learn their ways. We're not supposed to eat the foods that they eat that do not line up with our dietary law. That's not permitted unto us to eat, right? That's why the heathen will see a chariot and they'll bug out because they have been deceived and they haven't been given the truth to understand what that is, what that object in the sky moving around is, because it's not for them. It's for you Israelites. It's for you chosen people, right? To understand those things. But if you learn the ways of the heathen, then you'll become a heathen, because you'll then start thinking like them, right? So this is Ephesians chapter 1 verse 4, and it says, according as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the earth, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love. So we're made separate and pure, from the foundation. So this young man is just speaking through the spirit, Right, so I'll read Proverbs chapter 22 again, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Because when you read Leviticus, it tells you that you're not supposed to eat anything to see that does not have fins and scales. So this is Psalm chapter 147, verse 19. He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel, right? So we were giving these things, to direct our steps in righteousness, right? To correct our wicked ways, our thoughts, because we're separate, we're holy people. That's what we're made. We're made to do righteousness. We're not made to go off. Only reason why our people are going off, because you have a thing called 1/3 and the 2/3. You have the elect of Israel. Israel in general is the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is chosen, but he has a chosen within that. And the elect will be saved and the 2/3 will die because of their wickedness. Why? Because we did not hearken unto his words pertaining to Deuteronomy chapter 28. It said if we listened, we will be made above. If we didn't listen, which that's what happened, we will be made low. So that's why our people have been learning so many different ways of the heathen and following that evil multitude, right? And it says, verse 20, he had not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? Right, so this is Matthew chapter 5, verse 19, and it says, whosoever shall break one of the least commandments and shall teach men also. So she's teaching her son, right? And you can damn well make sure you can be sure that if she has a husband, she's gonna want to feed him that crap too, that abomination, right? So it says, and shall teach men so. He shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven, but whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. So you should be teaching your child that no, you're not supposed to eat that, you know, because it's abominable. Why? Because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai said so, not because your gut, is fiending for this abomination. Oh, it tastes good, pepper shrimp, oh, lobster, crab, all of that is an abomination, you know, on down to the swine's flesh that these jakes, these heathen Israelites love so much. The same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven, right? So what I'll do, I'll close here in Isaiah chapter 66, verse 17, because there's a judgment for all of this behavior. But the young little man here is rejecting that spirit. He's saying no, because his spirit is bubbling up. We all have that within us because we're of the nation of Israel, But what the Lord has done is He has given over these people to the lust of their hearts, right? And He directs their steps to do these wicked things so that they can ultimately be destroyed in the end, because we're in these chains of darkness until that day of judgment, right? We're all subject to that, but the Lord directs different people in the way of this defiling themselves with unclean foods and adultery and and sodomy. He directs their steps there, and that's a form of judgment as well, for the Lord to lead you to wickedness, based on the lust of your hearts, what He has put in your hearts. He directs your step there. You can choose not to direct your steps towards the wicked thoughts you have, where He can direct you. He can move you directly to the wicked thoughts that are within you. Verse 17 of Isaiah chapter 66 says, they that sanctify themselves. Right, so when you go into that word sanctify here, it goes into being apart, separating themselves, to honor themselves, to regard themselves, right? They go on a ways, they sanctify themselves, and it goes on to say, verse 17, Salakia, and purify themselves. So they think it's clean, to be clean, to be pure, to perform a ceremony morally. So morally they think this is okay, right? According to their laws, but that's off, because there's only one law under the sun, and it's the law and statutes of commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that He has given to Moses, that has been passed down through generations, of her people. That's what makes us separate and holy, because the Lord had chosen us to be this type of people. And it goes on to say, they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Why are they going to be consumed? They're going to be consumed by fire, that lake of fire that has been prophesied in Revelation, man. It's not talking about a place under the ground, with the devil with a pitchfork that you burn forever. No, you're gonna burn by fire. That hell-like fire. That condition is gonna be like hell. A very bad time. ICBMs. Lasers from the chariots. You name it. We can only try to describe the day of the Lord as best as possible, but we're just gonna have to, it's gonna be a terrible time, worse than what any brother has, described, times 10. So that's a judgment, man. That's a judgment that you're gonna receive for teaching people that it's okay to eat pork, okay to eat shrimp, not training up your child in the way that he should be trained up into according to the laws and statutes and commandments. You're gonna be judged for that. You wicked men and women that push this wicked I can eat everything doctrine, not going according to what the scriptures say. Shalom.